Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Habibina Maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa barik wa sallim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's begin with the dua together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna 'ilma ya muqallib al-qulub. Thabbit qulubana 'ala dinik. Ameen. Alhamdulillah, it's good to be back, alhamdulillah. And I would like to wish all of you a Eid Mubarak for the Eid that passed, and a Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah accept all your fasting and all your du'as and your qira'ah and all your good actions, inshallah ta'ala. And I pray that you and your family are well, bi'idhnillah, that you are all safe and healthy, inshallah ta'ala. Alhamdulillah. Let me just plug in my charger. Okay, so Bismillah. Whenever we have a week off, it feels like a very, very long time. So generally I don't actually like to give the students off too much, because the gap in between is really a long time. So you tend to forget what you learnt in the previous lessons. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you all awake? Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. Okay, so we're going to start with Nahwu again, and I'll just summarize what we've done so far, just to get our minds back into our studies, inshallah. So the first thing we did was Jend in the first few months, and there we looked at one word. We looked at 4 qualities: the gender of the word, the encasing, the hal, the number, and the definiteness. After that, we moved on to sentences. So if you remember, a sentence in Arabic is a jumla, a jumla. And in Arabic we said that there are 2 types of sentences, and they are al-jumlatul fi'liya and al-jumlatul ismiya. Al-jumlatul fi'liya and al-jumlatul ismiya. So if you can just remind myself and remind yourselves, for a jumlatul fi'liya, what are the parts of a jumlatul fi'liya? And for a jumlatul ismiya, what are the parts for a jumlatul ismiya? What are the parts for those ones? So hopefully you'll remember that a jumlatul fi'liya is whenever I have a fi'l. So I must have a fi'l, number 1. I must have a verb. And then what else must I have? A jumlatul fi'liya, I must also have what? I must also have a fa'il, a doer. So whenever I have a verb, I must have a doer as well. And then oftentimes I'll also have a done upon, who the verb was done to. So I must have a maf'ulun bihi. So if you can just remind yourself, fi'l, fa'il, maf'ulun bihi. With the jumlatul fi'liya, I must have a fi'l, verb, fa'il, doer, subject, maf'ulun bihi, done upon, object. What hal is the fa'il always in, and what hal is the maf'ulun bihi always in? Wants to remind me? What hal is the fa'il and what hal is the maf'ulun bihi always in? So the fa'il will always be in raf'un. The fa'il will always be in raf'un. The maf'ulun bihi will always be in nasbun. And by now you know what raf' and nasbun means. Second question is, where will I find the fa'il? Where do I look for the fa'il? I look for the fa'il where? I look for the fa'il at the end, or on the left, or inside. At the end of the verb, or to the left of the verb, or it will be implied inside, eli, end, left, in. So that's jumlatul fi'liya, and we'll come back to it in this lesson again, inshallah. Then jumlatul ismiya, which is like a bit more tricky one. What are the 2 parts of jumlatul ismiya? What are the 2 parts of jumlatul ismiya? They are what? They are a mubtada and they are a khabar. They are a mubtada and a khabar. A mubtada is the focus of the sentence. It's the thing you start with, and the khabar is the news or the information about the focus of the sentence. The mubtada will be indefinite. It will be raf'un, like al-waladu, and I'll give you information. Tawilun. Okay. Easy stuff. So there's an example of Jumatul Fi'liya. Nasara al-rajulu al-walada. Nasara is the verb. Nasara is the verb. Al-rajulu is the fa'il, is the doer. And there you can see it's on the left of the verb. And al-walada is the maf'ulun bihi. The man helped the boy. Then Jumatul Ismiya, for example, Ar-Rajulu Tawilun, we have a Mubtada and we have a Khabar. Ar-Rajulu is the focus of the sentence. The man, Tawilun, is tall. So the man is tall. Okay, so that is like the second section that we've covered. First section is what? Jend. So in your mind, I should actually do some mind maps for you. But in your mind, just try to say that Jend is one section. Jend is all about the one word. About the one word, gender, in case, in hammer, definiteness. Then second section is jumla, is sentences. And now we're on to the third section. The third section, I didn't give you the name, it's called Murakkab. All say it together? Murakkab. Murakkab actually just means something which is compounded. In other words, when you put two things together. Murakkab means when you put two things together. But we're gonna call murakkab, rather we're gonna call it a fragment or a phrase. It's a fragment. It's a piece of a sentence, or it's a phrase in a sentence. It's not a full sentence. So you're with me. This section we're doing now are murakkabs. It is the fragments or the pieces of a sentence, or the phrases of a sentence. But let's just use fragments, so we all use one word. So murakkab, we're doing this. It actually literally means compounds, but we're doing fragments of a sentence, pieces of a sentence. So for this year, it's not actually a lot. It's actually we only want to learn 4 murakkabs. We only want to learn 4 murakkabs, and you've already learned one. You've learned a murakkab called Mawsuf and Siffa. Mawsuf and Siffa. Hopefully that sounds familiar. Mawsuf and Siffa. Then you will learn 4 other murakkabs in the next few weeks, inshallah, and that will be a whole Nahwu syllabus for the first year. So your first year Nahwu is Jend, 2 jumlas and 4 murakkabs, and that's basically your core Nahwu in your first year. Okay, so it's a very manageable amount, and the niyyah is, inshallah, that we should spread this word so that as Muslims generally learn to like recite, you recite your surah, alif, ba, ta, aba, taba, and so on. We should also have this as part of our core syllabus. Just what? Jend, 2 jumlas and 4 murakkabs. At least then we can start getting some basic just appreciation for the language. And you'll see today how it all ties together, inshallah. Okay. So to just remind ourselves where we are, we're on the first murakkab. We're on this first fragment called Mawsuf and Siffa. Mawsuf and Siffa. So let's just revise quickly. Leave the others for now. For example, if we have the sentence Ar-Rajulu At-Tawilu. Ar-Rajulu At-Tawilu. So first of all, this can't be a jumla. This can't be Jumlatul Ismiya. Why? Because At-Tawilu there is definite and Ar-Rajulu is definite. If it's Jumlatul Ismiya, it will be Ar-Rajulu Tawilun. The man is tall. This is Ar-Rajulu At-Tawilu. So this is the tall man. The tall man. So we have 2 parts there. Again, murakkab means 2 pieces brought together. A compound, 2 words brought together. So we have 2 words brought together. We have Ar-Rajulu and we have At-Tawilu. Ar-Rajulu is the Mawsuf. And Mawsuf means what? Mawsuf means the thing or person or entity being described. Ar-Rajulu. And At-Tawilu is the Siffa, which is the description or the adjective, or the describing word. So this murakkab is called Mawsuf Siffa. Say it together. Mawsuf Siffa. This murakkab is called what? Mawsuf Siffa. What's Mawsuf? Thing being described. What's Siffa? Description. Okay. So this is the murakkab that we are busy with. And what do we say? What do we say about this murakkab? What's the rules around this? Can someone leave it in the chat there? What are the rules around this murakkab? How do I recognize it? How do I know when I have a mawsuf and a sifa? Anybody? Bismillah. There should be certain characteristics, like for example, if you're looking for a mubtada khabar, you'll see the first word is definite, the second word is indefinite. So good. Brother Tawfiq said they must agree in gent. So basically the second word must follow the first word in gent. The second word must follow the first word in gent. But before that, before the gent thing, it must be two words where the second word is describing the first word. So before we come to the gent thing, the function of the second word must be to describe the first word, and then they must agree in gent. Okay. So Sister Rifqa, they won't always be in raf'un. If the first word is raf'un ar-rajulu, the second word will be at-tawilu. If the first word is nasbun ar-rajulah, the second word will be at-tawilah. And if the first word is jar ar-rajuli, the second word will be at-tawili. Okay. So they must match in gender. So if it's ar-rajulu, it must be at-tawilu. If it's al-bintu, it will be at-tawila tu. Ta marbuta. And then, yes, you can have two sifas for one mawsuf. And so to answer some questions, mashallah. So basically you can have two sifas for one mawsuf. You can say ar-rajulu kabirun, ar-rajulu at-tawilu al-kabiru, the big tall man. So you can say that. And you can have words in between. You can put something in between in between there, and we'll come to some examples inshallah of that. So you can have a word between the sifa and the mawsuf, but we'll come to some examples inshallah of that. The encasing must be the same. The number must be the same. So the encasing ar-rajulu at-tawilu, ar-rajulah at-tawila, ar-rajuli at-tawili. And the number ar-rajulu at-tawilu, ar-rajulani at-tawilani, and so on. And the definiteness ar-rajulu at-tawilu or rajulun tawilun. Okay. So we'll come. So now let's go to our homework. So you have plenty of time to do your homework. So hopefully you did your homework. Okay. Let's go to your homework. And that was, let me just open it from here. Four point something in your homework.
لا إله إلا الله
Okay, I think we are back. Even my laptop, when I said homework, my laptop also went off. So hopefully yours didn't. So Bismillah. I think we're all back on the same chat. Are we all back here? Looks like it. Okay. I was opening up this here. Okay, are you guys all okay? Okay, Bismillah. So in this homework, let me just get the exercise here. It was exercise number. Oh, this is not going to work here. This is exercise number 4.3. Exercise 4.3. Let me just open this in Windows rather. Was it 4.2? Oh yes, 4.2. Okay, let's just leave 4.2 for now. We're going to come back to 4.2. Let's go to 4.3. Okay, 4.3. So if you did 4.3, you'd have found those are all from the Quran, and you'd have found some kind of like some strange things, but some things that you might have some questions about. So we'll cover that now. Yes, I remember we must do 4.2.3 as well, but we'll come back to that now again, inshallah. Okay, let's just go to 4.4 point. Okay, so actually let's just do 4.4.2. Let's just do 4.2. So we finish that one as well. So we basically we marked the first section. Let's just do this last section number from number 13 onwards. Okay, let's do this last section number 13 onwards. Shajaratun tayyibatun. Shajaratun tayyibatun. Okay. So shajara means a tree, and tayyiba means good. So you with me? Shajara means a tree, and tayyiba means good. So if it's shajaratun tayyibatun, that's going to be a good tree. If it's ash-shajarati, what's it going to be there, the Siffa? So we have two things. We have the Mawsuf, the word being described, and we have the Siffa, the describing word. We're going to have oh, this thing is not 1 second. Okay. Let me just copy this down quickly. Okay. Then we're going to have, actually just leave it there. If we have shajarat, if we have ash-shajarati, we're going to have at-tayyibati. Ash-shajarati, at-tayyibati. If we have shajaratani, so ash-shajarati, at-tayyibati means what? Means the good tree. Then if we have shajaratani, what are we going to have? Shajaratani, we take the ta marbuta and we make an open ta. Open ta, shajaratani, tayyiba, tani. That means what? It means two good trees. Okay, next one. Ash-shajaratani, which means the two trees, is going to become what? At-tayyiba, again ta marbuta, I take the ta marbuta away and I make an open ta. Ash-shajaratani, at-tayyiba tani, which means what? The two good trees. Okay, now this is a, if I had to ask you for number 17, what must it be? If I had to ask you for number 17, what must it be? Ashjar means trees, it's a broken plural. What's the answer going to be? Ashjar means trees. Now, this is going to be like a strange rule. But are you listening? Are you with me? This is like one of the moments you must listen, because then when I say this, you're going to be like, what? And then I'm going to be like, that's how it is. Okay. So, so here's the rule. Can we give you the answer first? The answer first. The answer here is that Ashjarun, you must say tayyibatun. And the answer here is al-ashjaru, you must say at-tayyibatu. At-tayyibatu. So those two are the answers. Let me put the answers here in English as well. Not the good trees, just good trees. Good trees. The good trees. You know, people believe in this NLP, like neuro linguistic programming. So I'm just thinking now that we have a school called Good Tree, but we made this exercise a long time before the school. This exercise was made like a couple of years ago. So maybe I just program myself to call the school Good Tree. Anyway, Bismillah, here's the rule. Are you with me? Here's the rule now. So generally what happens is that the second word will match the first word in Jend. The second word will match the first word in Jend, but there's one exception. There's one exception. Okay. So the exception is, you with me? Listen carefully. The exception is that if the thing you are describing is a plural of a non-human thing, if the thing you are describing is a plural of a non-human thing, then you use the single feminine to describe it. That's it. Let me say it again. If the thing that you are describing is a plural of a non-human thing, for example, ashjar means trees. It's not a single, it's a plural, means trees, and trees are not humans. So trees, if I describe something which is non-human plural, I use a single feminine. Okay. You're like, what? I don't know, that's the rule. Okay, so that's the rule. If you're describing something which is the plural of a non-human thing, use a single feminine. And I'm going to see that in the next example, inshallah. So let's go through that. If you're a bit confused, it's okay, it'll be clear now. Next example here. So we are now on 4.3. We have the word siratun, which means a path, and then we have the word mustaqimun describing the path. Siratun mustaqimun, a straight path. Then we have fawakih. Fawakihu is a plural. Fawakihu means fruits. Fawakihu means fruits. Can you see the description here? The description here, kathiratun. This description here, kathiratun, is actually a single feminine. Single male is kathirun, and single female is kathiratun. So even though I'm describing a plural thing here, I use a single feminine to describe it. So in other words, this is the one that breaks the rule. Let's carry on, inshallah. Al-Qur'ani al-Majidi, the glorious Quran. Next one. Rahmatin wasi'atin. What's the answer there? You can give me answers number 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me the answers, inshallah. Rahma, let's say mercy. Wasi'ah. Wasi'ah means like vast or wide, expansive. So let's just call this vast. Vast mercy. Okay. Number 2. Number 5. Again, we're just translating all of these and we're seeing that these are all from the Quran. And you can see there's a Mawsuf and there's a Siffa. So the word ilah. Ilah is what is being described. Ilah means a God. Ilah means a God. And then, so Sister Nariman, the word owner, I'm not sure where you were using owner. So rahmatin wasi'atin is just vast mercy. Number 5, ilahun means a God. Wahidun means one. So wahidun is describing ilah. So ilahun wahidun means one God. Next one. So some of these might have been difficult for you. That's what I want to say. Some of these are difficult for you. So we go to the word manafi'u. Let's go to our vocab sheet. Hopefully it's there. Where is it there? Is it there? Yes. Can you see in a vocab sheet? Manfa'atun means a benefit. Manfa'atun is the single, it means a benefit. Manafi'u is the plural, it means benefits. Benefits. So we have the plural here, manafi'u, benefits. And we have the word kathira describing it. But because benefits are plural of a non-human thing, I use the single feminine. You with me? I don't say manafi'u kathiratu, kathiratun. I don't use the plural to describe the plural. I use the single feminine. Okay, so these are going to be many benefits. Rajulun mu'minun. Rajulun means a man. Mu'minun means a believer or believing. So again, Rajulun is the Mawsuf and Mu'minun is the Siffa. Therefore I have a believing man. Keep the answers coming, inshallah. I don't see too many answers coming. Next one. Amadim mumaddada. Amadin. Let's go back to our vocab sheet. What does amad mean? Let's go back to our vocab sheet here. We can see the word imad, number 11 on the vocab sheet. The word imad, number 11. Imad means a pillar. And amadun means pillars. Pillars. So amad is the plural. And mumaddadun means something which is stretched out. Something which is tall or elongated. That's going to be mumaddad. So this is going to be amadin mumaddadatin. And again, we can say amad is the plural of a non-human thing. It means pillars. Therefore, I use the single feminine to describe it. So it's going to be elongated pillars, or tall or stretched pillars. Next one. Number 9. Wa'dan. A wa'd means what? A wa'd is a promise. Hasana means a good promise or beautiful promise. So wa'd is what is being described. It is nasbun, indefinite. Hasanan, nasbun, indefinite. A good or beautiful promise. Okay. Next one. Qur'anan. Qur'an means Qur'an. Arabiyan means Arabic. Again, the second word is describing the first word. They match in gend, and therefore I say an Arabic Quran. Next one. وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ. وَالْيَوْمِ الْمَوْعُودِ. Which surah is this again now? Trying to remember. Someone can remind me, inshallah. What surah is number 85? Surah number 85. Naam. Okay, so that wa there, wasamai that al-buruj wal yawmil maw'ud, that wa is the actually means by. By, it's a promise. Doesn't mean and, it means by. So wa means by. Like wallahi. By. Wal yawmi by. Al yawm means the day, and al maw'ud means the promised, by the promised day. That wa means by. Okay. So again here we have jar and we have jar and single, all those things are all matching. Next one, lawh. A lawh is a tablet. Not a tablet like Apple and Android, a tablet, old school tablet like a big rock in the literal sense. But this lawh refers to a metaphysical tablet or different type of tablet. Mahfuz. Mahfuz means protected or preserved. Lawh means a tablet, a preserved tablet. Number 13. Again, number 13. Can I see number 13 is suhuf. Suhufan mutahhara. Suhuf. Let's go up to our vocab sheet. What does the vocab sheet say? Our vocab sheet says that sahifa means one page. Sahifa is a page or a scroll, where suhuf are many pages or scrolls. So suhuf means many pages. Many pages. Again, because I'm describing a non-human thing, suhufun, suhufan, I use a single feminine. I use a single feminine. So it's going to be purified pages of fun or scrolls. Again, kutubun qayyima. Let's go back to our vocab sheet. We have the word kitab here. Kitab means a book. The plural of kitab is kutub, which means books, and qayyima means valuable. So again, because I'm describing a non-human thing, kutub, books, I will use the single feminine. I will say valuable books. Okay, so let me pause for 1 second. How do I say tall houses? A tall house, al-baytu at-tawilu. How do I say tall houses? You can put in the chat, inshallah. How do I say tall houses? And house in Arabic is going to be buyut. So buyutun. Buyutun. How do I say tall houses? If I had buyutun, how would I describe it? Buyutun means houses. I'm waiting for the first answer. Buyutun, I would say tawilatun. Why do I say tawilatun? Because buyutun is the plural of a non-human thing. Therefore, I'll use a single feminine to describe it and refer to it. I'll also add, in Arabic, generally when you have the plural of a non-human thing, you also refer to it as a single feminine. You refer to it as hadihi or as ha or as fa'alat. You refer to it as a single feminine in general in the language. Why? That's how the language is. I don't know the reasons why. So variable, let's go back here, variable pages. Next one. غلاما زكيا. غلام means a boy, and zakiyan means pure. So a pure boy. Next one. النفس المطمئنة. Okay, what's happening with nafs? Is mutma'inna masculine or feminine? It's definitely feminine because we have a ta marbuta. How about nafs? Is nafs masculine or feminine? Nafs is definitely masculine or feminine? Okay, Sister Taira is saying yes. So Sister Taira, if you are using the single feminine, you must still match the rest. You know, you must still match the definiteness, and you must still match the hal, the encasing. Okay, back to the question again. An-nafs is one of those words that are deemed feminine. Remember? That words, you get the one of the feminine sign, ta marbuta, the ya with no dots, and the alif and the hamza. You get feminine names are also feminine. You have dual body parts that are feminine. And then you have those who are deemed feminine. For example, nafs and dar and shams and many others. Okay, so let's go and say this is a or the contented soul. Last few. Jannah means a garden, Alia means high. So a high garden. Or lofty or elevated, any of those words. Ain, again, Ain is one of those words. Ain is actually a dual body part. Ain means your eye. But Ain also means a spring. And it's also a feminine word. And therefore this means a flowing or running spring. Next one, Hisaban Yasira means an easy, what did I say? Easy or light? I can't remember. You know, it's an easy reckoning. And last one, Adhabin Alimin, a painful punishment. Okay. Are there any questions? Number 14 is books. Oh, shukran. Number 14 is books. Any other questions on this? So these are all straightforward examples. I want you to basically practice and just start recognizing that the Siffa and Mawsuf is that the second word will describe the first word, and the second word will match the first word in gen, except for our exception. Except where there is the plural of a non-human thing, then we'll use the single feminine. If that exception confuses you, don't worry about it. It will come with time, inshallah. Let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Now, you don't get in your groups and do this, but you can do it on your own, inshallah. On the screen, this is like the exciting part now, is because now we start mixing up the murakkabs with the jumlas and we put them together. On the screen, we have two sentences, long sentences. We have the first sentence, Ar-rajulu at-tawilu muslimun. The second sentence, Nasara ar-rajulu as-salihu al-walada as-saghira. I would like you to, number one, translate the sentence and then put the sentence translation in the YouTube chat, inshallah. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to start, you can just do it verbally for now, it's fine. You can just verbally put the label on each word. For example, ar-rajulu, what's the label? Is mubtada, khabar, fa'il, maf'ulun bihi, sifa or mawsuf? Is tawil, which of those red words, what is the label? So I'm going to give you just like a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. What you must do is put the translation in the chat, and then you must put the labels, those red words. Each one of these must have one or more labels on them. Okay. So I'm going to give you just 2 2 or 3 minutes to do that, inshallah. I see some answers, alhamdulillah. Um, what you're going to find now is that your Arabic ability, inshallah, in the next few weeks will increase quite quickly because we start combining different parts of sentences and fragments, and it gives you quite a lot of Arabic ability in the next few weeks, inshallah. Okay, so the first one is الرجل الطويل مسلم. So there's 3 words there. الرجل الطويل مسلم. We know what the individual words mean. We know الرجل means the man, الطويل means the tall, and مسلم means Muslim. So the question is what is the role of each word and how does it translate into a sentence? So the answer for the first one, so let's go to the first one first, is الرجل الطويل مسلم. We can see that the first 2 words there, they look like a Siffa Mawsuf. In other words, the second word is describing the first word, and the second word matches the first word in Jend. Therefore, it looks like a Siffa Mawsuf, and therefore, okay. Okay, my labels are a bit not so clear, but anyway, so that is a Siffa Mawsuf. So the first two words means the tall man. The first two words mean the tall man, which means that at-tawilu is the Siffa and ar-rajulu is the Mawsuf. What about the word Muslimun? What's the word Muslimun doing? At the same time, while ar-rajulu is the Mawsuf, it is also the mubtada. It's the start of the sentence, it's the focus of the sentence, it's definite, it's raf'un. And the word Muslimun is the khabar. So for example, if I had to take the word at-tawilu away, I will be left with ar-rajulu Muslimun. If I just take it away mentally quickly, if I had only had ar-rajulu Muslimun, I would have had the man is Muslim. So it would have been a normal mubtada khabar. And then when I add tawilu, just means the tall man is Muslim. So tawil here is the sifa, and at the same time ar-rajulu is the mawsuf. So you should have 4 labels there. 4 labels there. The labels on top determine the hal of the word. For example, ar-rajulu is mubtada, and the mubtada is always in raf'un. It is the focus of the sentence. At-tawilu is the sifa, and the sifa is always a follower of the mawsuf, of the word before it. So because the word before it is raf'un, the sifa will also be raf'un. And muslimun is the khabar, and the khabar will always be in raf'un. The word, the mawsuf doesn't determine the hal. The sifa, okay, don't worry about it too much. That's the answer. The tall man is Muslim. The tall man is Muslim. Okay, next one. Nasara ar-rajulu as-salihu al-walada as-saghira. Nasara ar-rajulu as-salihu al-walada as-saghira. Nasara means helped. Because nasara is a verb, I have a jumlatul fi'liya. A jumlatul fi'liya. When I have jumlatul fi'liya, I must find who helped. I look at the end, I see nothing there. I look to the left, I see the word ar-rajulu. So the man helped. Nasara ar-rajulu, the man helped. But I also have the word as-salihu, which is actually describing this man. So it's a sifa mawsuf here. So this here is going to be that's the fa'il, the man helped, and the salih is going to be describing the man. Who did the man help? Nasaru ar-rajulu as-salihu. Who did he help? Al-walada. He helped the maf'ulun bihi. He helped the boy. Nasara ar-rajulu as-salihu al-walada. The pious man helped who? The boy. And what type of boy did he help? As-saghira, the small boy. So the 2 underlined bits here, ar-rajulu as-salihu is a sifa mawsuf, and al-walada as-saghira is a sifa and a mawsuf. You with me? I know there's lots of labels on the screen. You're like, what's going on here? But inshallah, you know what's going on. Those are the labels you've learned so far. So let me just go through quickly. Nasara means helped. Rajulu is the fa'il, is the doer of the word, so it always been raf'un. Salih is describing rajul, it's a follower, it's a sifa. It will match the thing it's describing, so it also has to be raf'un. Al-walada is maf'ulun bihi, therefore it's always nasbun. And as-saghira is the sifa for that al-walada, and therefore it has to be a follower, so therefore it's also nasbun. Okay. If you do enough Nahwu, it will start feeling like algebra. It will start feeling algebra. You start labeling things and putting symbols on things, and that's how Arabic is. They say Arabic is it almost seems like an artificial language, in the sense that it's so mathematical. It's so like it has rule base and it's logical, and it's almost like an artificial language. Okay. So the answer is the pious man helped the small boy. So it's like an exciting moment for you because now you're doing a sentence with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in it. So you're doing a sentence now with 5 words in the sentence. Your homework is to do the same thing now. Here we have longer sentences now in 4.4. We have longer sentences. So your homework, and it'll take a bit of practice, but your homework is to translate each one of these, but also add the symbols above each word. Where is the fa'il? Where is the maf'ulun bihi? Where is the mubtada? Where is the khabar? Where is the sifa? Where is the mawsuf? Is to take these few examples here and to add the symbols above them. Okay, so that's your homework. Yes, it's like formulas, definitely like formulas. So if you like maths, which is probably very few of you, you will like Nahwu also, because it's very formulaic and very logical and rule based. So your homework, but you'll also enjoy this now because now you're doing actual sentences, you're doing longer sentences. So 4.4 is your homework for Nahwu for next week, inshallah. Nasara ar-rajulu al-binta, Nasara rajulu at-tawilu al-binta sahira. And I've made it in a way that I've built out the sentence. I put the basic version first, and then the extended version. Basic version, extended version, and so on. And then that's your homework, inshallah. Good.